Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and for today's video discussion, we are going to have the sum and difference formulas. So dito, nakalagay dun sa intro natin, we will now derive identities for the trigonometric functions of the sum and difference of two angles. But actually, I will just be presenting the different formula for the sum and difference between two angles. So, hindi ko na ipapakita yung derivation. It is presented on the book that we are using. So, nandito siya together with the graph. Medyo magtatagal kasi ng sobra if you are going to show the derivation of the sixth formula. So, instead, focus na lang tayo dun sa mga formula. We have the sum, sine A plus B, cosine A plus B. The difference, we have sine A minus B, cosine A minus B. And finally, for the tangent, we have tangent A plus B and tangent A minus B. And also, I will be giving you keywords so that you will always remember the sum and difference formula of this chapter. So, dito sa sum muna, we have sine A plus B. Ang tatandaan nyo lang, whenever we are dealing with sine, ito siya, itong dalawa, it is always in the format of sin, cos, cosine. Yan. Ito yung keyword namin nung college, and a lot of students also use this technique so that they will always remember the sum and difference for the sine function. So, sin, cos, and then may space tayo, cos, sin. And then after that, saka namin ina-identify kung sino yung mga ilalagay. And also, if you are dealing with sine, it always follows the operation inside. So, kung ano man yung operation, if you are going to get the sum or the sign of the sum, ifa-follow niya yung sign or yung operation. For example, you have A plus B. If-fill up mo lang siya with the angles. This is A, this is B, this is A, this is B. So, sobrang dali niya tandaan. Ganun din pagdating dito sa difference. It is still in the format sin, cos, cos, sin. And since the operation that we are now following is subtraction, so subtraction yung gagamitin natin dun sa gitna. After that, fill it out with the angles. So, AB, AB. Susundin mo lang yung order nila dito. Kung alin yung subtrahend at saka kung alin yung subtractor. So, dito, sa kabila, we have the cosine. Kung ang ginagamit natin dito na keyword ay sin, cos, cosine, dito naman, we have cos, cosine, sin. Para madali siyang tandaan, pag sine, sin, cos, cosine. Pag cosine, cos, cosine, sin. Okay? Cos, cos, sin, sin. Sa difference, ganun din. Cos, cos, sin, sin. Now, what is the thing that you have to remember when dealing with the sum and difference for cosine trigonometric functions? So, dito, babalik rin natin lagi yung operation. If you are looking for the cosine of the sum of the two functions a and b, ang operation mo for cos, cosine, sin is subtraction. So, dito subtraction siya. If you are looking for the difference between two angles, cosine of the difference, babalik rin natin yung operation, magiging positive naman siya. And as is tayo, if i-fill out lang natin siya with the angles, AB, AB. Yan. So, sana nakatulong siya. Again, for sine, it is sin, cos, cosine. Cosine, cos, cosine, sin. Change the operation. Okay? So, dito sa tangent AB, madali lang din siya. Kasi for the numerator, the operation is addition. And then you are just going to follow the order of the angles. So, we have tangent A plus tangent B. And then for the denominator, it is 1 minus the product. So, kung ito nasa taas ay addition because your trigonometric function value is a sum. So, we have 1 minus tangent A, tangent B sa baba. Lagi magkaiba yung operation ng taas at ng baba. So, dito, tangent A minus B, sundin natin yung operation for the numerator. And then, for the for the divisor, we have 1 plus tangent A, tangent B. Okay? Okay. Now, let's move forward with some examples. I will show you 2 examples on how we are going to make use of this sum and difference formula. First, we have example 3.8. Given A and B such that sine is equal to 4 over 5, cosine A is equal to 3 over 5, sine B is equal to 12 over 13, and cosine B is equal to 5 over 13. Find the exact values of sine A, cosine AB, tangent AB. So, gamitin natin yung knowledge natin kanina at isulat natin yung mga formula. So, for sine, A plus B, ang sabi natin, ang tatandaan lang natin ay it is sin cos sin. And then whatever operation you have in the middle, susundin niya. And of course, you are going to fill out the angles. So it is AB. Now, for cosine. Ano ang gagamitin natin for cosine? For cosine A plus B, ang keyword natin ay cos sin sin. And then whatever operation you have in the middle, babaligtarin niya. So kung nagkukuha ka ng sum, ang kukunin mo dito ay difference. And then fill out the letters or the angles. AB. May dalawa na tayong formula. I think kulang na tayo ng space for the tangent. So, kakopy ko lang to. Duplicate natin yung page. Lagay tayo ng para sa tangent. Let's remove this one. Sulat natin yung formula ni tangent. So, tangent A plus B formula. So, laging magkaiba ang operation ng taas at ng baba. So, sa taas, ifa-follow niya yung original na operation for the trigonometric functions. We have plus. Sa baba, it should be minus. Now, let's get the sum of tangent A and tangent B. Tan, this is A and B. Ano yung sa kabila? Product naman siya of 1 minus tan ulit. So, A and B. Yan yung mga operations. Ayan yung mga formula na gagamitin natin for this problem. Let's start with the first problem now. Let's solve this one. We have sine A plus B is equal to sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B. Sin cos cosine. Sine A is 4 over 5. Cosine A is 3 over 5. And then, cosine... Ay, teka. Cosine B pala. Cosine B is 5 over 13. Yan. Kamali ako nasulat. 5 over 13. Plus, cosine A natin is 3 over 5. And sine B is 12 over 13. Now, let's perform the indicated operation. We have 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 13 is 50, 50, 65. Plus 3 times 12, we have 36. And of course, this is 65 pa rin. Next, we have 20 plus 36. We have 56 over 65. Is it possible to reduce it to lowest terms? Parang hindi na. I think hindi na. Ano ba sagot niya dito? Oh, hindi na. Hindi na siya mare-reduce into lowest terms. Sagad na yan dyan. Now, let's go to this other one. We have cosine A plus B is equal to cosine A, 3 over 5 times cosine B, 5 over 13 minus, we have sine A, 4 over 5. And then sine B, we have 12 over 13. So 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 13 is again 65. Minus, we have 4 times 12, 48. Over 5 over 13, we have 65 ulit. Okay. Now we have 15 minus 48. So the answer is negative. Negative what? So 48 minus 15. Tamad na talaga ako mag mental math. Lagi ko na siyang kina-calculate. We have negative 33 over 65. Now, is it possible to reduce this to lowest terms? No. Final answer na natin to. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. We have tangent A, tangent B naman. So, we already have the formula here. Let's just fill it up. Ano ang value dito ni tangent A? Ano ang value ni tangent B? Paano natin malalaman yung mga values nila? So, si sine A, kunin natin dito si sine A. This is opposite over the hypotenuse, right? And then for cosine, that is adjacent over the hypotenuse. And for the tangent, that is opposite over adjacent. So you can use this idea for finding tangent A. Tingnan mo yung numerator ni sine A, tingnan mo yung numerator ni cosine A. And also, we know that the tangent function A is equal to sine A over cosine A. So, alin man dito yung gamitin yung process for deriving tangent A, you will end up with the same value. Para sa akin, titignan ko lang lagi yung mga numerator nila. Basta nasa taas niya ay opposite, so we have 4. Nasa taas ni cosine ay adjacent, we have 3. So, tangent A is 4 over 3. What about tangent B? Let's look at the numerator of sine B. We have 12. What about the numerator of cosine B? We have 5. So, these are the trigonometric function values for tangent A and tangent B. We have 4 over 3 and 12 over 5 respectively. So, let's input it to our formula here. We have tangent A is 4 over 3 plus tangent B is 12 over 5. Ayan na siya. Minus tangent A is 4 over 3 times tangent B, which is 12 over 5. Let's perform operations on fraction. Pag addition, multiply the denominator, we have 15, and then just cross multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. Copy the sign or the operation. 3 times 12 is 36. For the denominator, we have 1 minus numerator by numerator. We have 48 over 5, 3 times 15, we have, 3 times 5, we have 15. Okay, simplify pa natin siya. 20 plus 36, we have 56 over 15 divided by 1 minus 15. So, 15 din dito, and then cross multiply. We have 1 times 15 is 15 minus 48. Ayan. What is 15 minus 48 again? It is 33, right? Yeah, I think so. It is 33. Paliitin natin ito so we can have space. Okay, so let's write here 56 over 15 divided by 33 over 15. So, using our rules in fraction, we can change the operation 56 over 15 divided by 33 over 15 to multiplication by multiplying it with the reciprocal. So, 15 over 33. So, meron na tayo dito 15 for the denominator and 15 for the numerator. So, you will be left with 56 over 33. I don't know if 56 over 33 can be reduced to lowest terms. Let's see. 56 divided by 33. Ay, hindi. Hindi na to na lowest term. Ito na yung final answer. Okay? So, I hope I was able to make everything clear for this example. Check nga natin kung tama yung mga sagot natin kanina. Ayun. 56 over 65, negative 33 over 65, and ayan. Ay, dito nakalimutan ko maglagay ng, ng sign. Kasi minus nga pala ito. So, this is negative 33. Ayan, negative 33. This is negative 56 over 33. Ayan. So, final na. Yung sagot natin, nag-match naman siya dun sa book. Okay. As I've said, we are going to solve another example. This is a case of proving identity. Medyo mukha siyang confusing kasi mahaba siya, but actually this is really simple. So, how are we going to solve for this one? So, ang dali lang nito. Gawin natin siyang halimbawa sin x plus y. So, paano kung sin xy yung hahanapan mo? We have to remember that our formula is given by sin cos sin, and then copy the operation. What are the angles? We have angle x and angle y. Angle x and angle y. O, paano natin gagamitin ito dito? So, pwede mo siyang i-divide actually or i-separate into two angles. So, paano yung gagawin nating separation? Halimbawa, si x gusto mo siyang gawin na angle A plus B. Okay? Tapos si y, siya naman si angle C. O, di ba? May dalawa ka ng angle. Kasi kapag pinagsama mo si angle A at angle B, isang angle din yon. So, actually, one angle X is composed of two other angles, A and B. So, illustrate natin siya dito. We can change this into sin x plus y, which is actually sine, using this idea, sine of the angles A plus B plus C. O, di ba? Meron kang dalawang angle lang, A plus B at saka C. Hindi na tatlo yung angle mo. Magpe-PEMDAS tayo. So, unahin muna nating sagutin ito. Sin A plus B muna. O kaya, pwede naman na sin A plus B, tapos sin plus C. Okay. So, paano natin siya gagawin? So, we have the property na sin cos, sin. So, sin, cos, sin ulit siya. And then the operation between them is positive. Ano yung x natin dito kanina? X is AB. So, dito isusulat din natin ay A plus B. Kulang ako sa space. A plus B. Tapos, cosine. Cosine siya ng isa pang function, nung y, edi C. Cosine C. Doon sa kabila, ganun din. Unang angle natin, composed of A plus B, we have A plus B. And then for the sine, we have C. Okay. So now, na meron na tayong straight na formula for sin, cos, cosine, i-breakdown naman natin ito. So, si sine A plus B, tsaka si cosine A plus B. So, mag-extend yung mga formula na meron na tayo kasi kailangan na rin natin ng cosine A plus B. And we know that this is given by cos, cosine, sin, cos, sin, sin. And the operation is the inverse of the operation between your two angles. So, kung ang operation natin dito ay addition, kumuha tayo ng sum, dito kukuha tayo ng difference. And fill it up with your angles. AB, AB. Okay? Okay. So, balikan natin to. Sin AB. Sin, sin. Sin, cos, the operation is addition, cos, sin. And then fill it up with your angles. We have A, B, A, B. Ito yung isa. Yan. I think we are lacking on space. So I have to move this closer to the left side. Ayan. Lalagay ko na lang siya dito ha. Ayan. Nakakaisa pa lang tayo. Or, instead of doing that, medyo magugulo kasi. Ito na lang. Palilitin ko siya dito. And, mahaba kasi so kailangan ko mag-adjust ng space. Yan. So, nandito pa lang tayo ha. This whole expression here is this one. And we are going to affix cosine C beside it. Okay? Now, dito naman tayo sa pangalawang term. Cosine A plus B sine C. E di, retain lang yung operation na plus. Cosine A plus B is cos, sin, sin. We have, naisulat na natin siya dito sa taas. We have cosine A, cosine B, minus sine A, sine B. And then we are going to affix sine C. Okay? Okay. Now, we are going to look for common factors between them. So, dapat mapalabas kasi natin ganito. Sine A, cosine B, cosine C. Cosine A, sine B, cosine C. Yan, 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 yan. So, how are we going to do that? We are just going to distribute cosine C. Magkakaroon tayo ng right distributive property. Didistribute lang natin siya dito sa dalawa. Tapos, ito namang si sine C, didistribute lang din natin siya dito sa dalawang terms inside the parenthesis. I-eliminate lang natin itong mga parenthesis natin dito. So we have sine A, cosine B, i-multiply natin si cosine C. So, maduduksangan to ng cosine C. Plus, ito naman kasunod. We have cosine A, sine B, and of course, multiply din natin sila dito kay cosine C. We have cosine C at the end. Finally, we have here cosine A, cosine B, multiply din natin siya kay sine C. Cos A, cos B, sine C. And then, itong dulo, we have sine A, sine B, sine C. Multiply lang natin sila. Minus sine A, sine B, sine C. Okay? So, ito na yun. Equal na yung identity natin. So, we have already proven that sine A plus B plus C is equal to sine A cosine B cosine C. This is the first term. Plus cosine A sine B cosine C. This is the second term. Cosine A cosine B cosine C, sine C. This is the third term. And negative sine A sine B sine C. The last term. Okay? So, ganito lang siya kasimple. There are other examples here, but we are not going to discuss it since madali na lang naman siya. Yan. Halos pare-parehas lang yung ginagawa natin. Ito, application na siya sa Snell's Law, pero kaparehas lang din siya nung ginagawa natin dito. Ayan. And then we have some exercises. Silipin natin kung sino yung susunod nating topic. Okay, susunod na topic natin, we have double angle and half angle formulas. Kaya pa ba ng oras? Anong oras na ba? Okay, cut ko dito kasi baka mag-low yung laptop ko. Nakaka 27 minutes na pala ako. Cut ko dito. I will make another video for double angle and half angle formulas. Okay? Thank you very much for listening and see you next time. Bye!